Hello, gorgeous soul. Welcome to your 2020 astrology. It's extraordinary, it's full on, it's intense, it's wild, isn't it? Yes, it is. We're all going to need a few of them kiki licks to survive this year. But seriously, it has a whole host of potential. We all have drive. We all have vim and vigor to make things happen. It's very, very energetic and full on. For instance, we have Jupiter and Pluto joining forces. I mean, that is a lot to get our head around, you know. There's optimism in transformation. Of course, at the beginning of the year, we had that Saturn and Pluto conjunction. There is a lot of intensity. How are you going to use that intensity? How can you use your drive and your force of will to help transform your life with love and abundance? And P.S., I'm going to do it slightly differently for the yearly. I really want you to feel the energy and to just relax into the magic of what's coming up. So I'm going to do this. This video is going to be Kathy's amazing nature waves, just to fully be able to meditate and focus. And hopefully you might watch it a couple of times as the year goes on to see what's coming up for you. It really is an extraordinary year. Here's your yearly astrology. Cancer, you divine watery creature. This year is very, very important for all of us. And that's because we got Saturn and Pluto joining forces at the beginning, and tons of other stuff actually, that is going to make us have to get down and get serious and get focused and ditch patterns that do not work for us anymore. You know, this vibe, particularly Saturn and Pluto conjunction in Capricorn, has not happened for 500 years. That is a long time, and you've got it in your relationship and balance zone. So, you know what I'm saying? The message is all about your intimate relationships, your romantic relationships, the sense of peace and harmony that you should have within. So if you ain't got peace and harmony, or there's issues around your relationships, and I'm talking about even good ones, you know, it's about committing to changing things, to letting go of fear, to actually not fearing commitment, whether that's commitment to someone else or commitment to yourself. You know, your message, your duty, your work this whole year is about finding the balance within yourself, finding out what makes you feel peaceful, what makes you have harmony, and anything in your life that creates disharmony, particularly around relationships or your relationship patterns, you have to bin it, work through it, commit to the changes, because believe me, there are going to be radical changes. So that energy is threaded throughout the year one way or another way. But you should, because Jupiter's there too, if you do the work, you should be richly rewarded, and chances are you'll come out much happier at the end of this year than when it started. Even if you're really happy now, think how happy you could be and think what balance that you could have. So it's extraordinary potential, but basically the universe will bitch slap us if we don't do the work. There's no way we can continue along the lines of doing anything that creates our own problems. You know, it's about taking personal responsibility. We are responsible now, and we have to make the changes. It's not about someone else's changing. It's about us going, well, right, that's it. I'm going to make the changes. I'm taking my power back, particularly when it comes to relationships and balance. In other news, on the 10th, we have a full moon in you're sign. So you're very emotional, because you're always emotional on a full moon, but you've also got great deep insight and psychic messages, and something interesting and useful should be coming to you around the 10th of January. It's full on. Now, it's the 12th and 13th that we have this Saturn and Pluto conjunction, but also we have Mercury, Saturn and Pluto joining forces on the 12th UK time, and then the Sun, Saturn and Pluto on the 13th. So, okay, of course, Saturn and Pluto conjunction is the main thing, but we have the ability to communicate our way through it and to feel confident about what's coming up. Whatever it is, we can handle it. If you find yourself thinking you can't handle it because you've just had that bloody full moon and it's all a bit intense, you've got to trust your inner voice. You've got to trust your gut. You've got to take seriously any conversations, ideas, or awakening that happens around that time. You feel much calmer actually when the full moon is in Leo on the 9th, because you feel more grounded and secure. Mars is also entering your relationship zone on the 16th of February. So everything is basically, you're obsessed probably for the first few months of this year about how to find balance and what you need to do to be happy in your intimate and romantic relationships. And also in all partnerships in general, actually. It doesn't just have to be love. The new moon in Pisces on the 23rd is offering you an adventure or an opportunity to learn, an opportunity to go on to the next level, to choose the next horizon that you want to head towards and open your heart up to it around the 23rd of February. We have the North Node in your sign, which is you dealing with a lot of past life karma and issues, and Mars is opposing that North Node. So there may be some ructions or some intense energy around your relationships towards the end of February. Saturn is briefly moving signs and entering Aquarius on the 22nd. And it's a chance for you to come into your power. There may be any issues where you feel there's an unfairness around money or shared resources comes to the fore. But it could also mean that somebody leaves you some money, or there's some sharing going on, which is interesting and fingers crossed beneficial. The new moon in Aries on the 24th is great for conjuring up a new career, or letting go, or going to the next level, or leaving a job actually on the 24th of March UK time. Whereas the full supermoon on the 8th of April UK time is a brilliant time to nurture, to recharge your batteries, to be around your family, to cozy up, make sure your space is a place where you feel that you can recharge yourself. Your home is very important to you, you know. So, you know, sort it out. What do you need to chuck out? What do you need to clear out? What can you do to empower your living space for this 2020 full-on action? Another great full moon for you is on the 7th of May, the full moon in Scorpio in your 5th house of pleasure, relationships, and joy and creativity. Did I mention, I can't remember now, but don't forget to check your ascendant, particularly for that Saturn-Pluto shenanigans. And if you don't know it, go on my website, michelleknight.com, where you can get your whole chart done for free, as long as you know your time of birth. Anyway, Venus is going retrograde, which only happens every 18 months on the 13th of May. So there may be some karmic shenanigans you have to sort out, or something from the past where the boundaries weren't clear with someone. Perhaps it was someone you fantasized about. Perhaps it's someone that you feel this connection with, but it's not of this world, if you know what I mean. So you feel this connection, or it could be an ex that you felt when you looked in their eyes, you knew them immediately. Something maybe need to sort out around that. And as Jupiter is retrograde also around that time in your relationship zone, there's some healing to do with the past and past relationships coming in. Now, Mercury goes retrograde in your sign on the 18th of June, but of course, a couple of weeks before, you'll be feeling that. So you might not know what to think in June, or there may be some communication issues. So double check all the emails you send. Know that you're not necessarily, whatever decisions you make then, particularly as there's a new moon with a solar eclipse on the 21st of June. You know, there's lots of changes, but you've got to be careful how you word them. Something is going to be revealed, and you sense something, but you won't really know until the beginning of July what it is. Or not even the beginning, towards the end of July, actually. Then you'll have the answer. There's a full moon in Capricorn on the 5th of July, which is in your relationship zone. That's a great full moon for you as well. You have a revelation about your relationships, and all of that information that you've been gathering and healing and changing. You'll get an answer that isn't like a logical answer. It'll be something that rises from the depths of your soul. So write that one down. Mercury goes direct on the 12th of July, but of course it takes 2 weeks. And then we've got a new moon. You should be feeling much clearer on that new moon on the 20th of July. That's a new start for you. That's when you can let go of the shit and go, right, I'm ready. You know, I've done the work. I'm ready to reinvent myself and step forward. It's also a great day to make a wish, as corny as that sounds. You know, the new moon, when it's got our name on it, very powerful time for manifesting our future. The sun and new moon are opposing retrograde Saturn. So again, issues to do with the past, being able to let go of the past, looking at your responsibility in relationships. What's your stuff? Nothing to do with your relationship now, or even your last 2 relationships. What's your pattern? Time to deal with it and let it go with that powerful new moon. Then, very good news, on the 7th of August, Venus enters your sign, making you a love magnet, drawing to you what you need. It's a wonderful time when Venus is in our sign. Use it, you know. I'm not like fatalistic. It's not like, right, this is gonna happen. It's like that energy is there in the cosmos. Harness it, lasso it, and use it to your advantage. So Venus in your sign is a great time. What else? We then have, maybe August, towards the end of August, you're going to have to work things out. And the way you're going to work things out is you have to speak your truth, particularly when it comes to your relationships. You cannot dilly-dally or scurry sideways. You've got to speak your truth for yourself, and for your happiness and for your future, particularly when it comes to your relationships. Then we have a full moon in Pisces and your 9th house of adventure. So you have the optimism, the courage, and you could sort of bring in and start to express your unique soul more. The new supermoon on the 16th is time to go within, and you may be moving then, you may be changing your home environment, someone may be moving in or moving out, but there's certainly changes around your home in October. Another fabulous new supermoon is the one in Scorpio on the 15th of November. It's a rebirth of your passion, your romance, and your creativity. Now, Saturn re-enters your 8th house on the 17th of December, having slipped out for a while, so things get intense again. And Jupiter is also going into the 8th house, so you're heading towards a time of great intensity and issues to do with your power, issues to do with you feeling it re-enters your 7th house, so you're feeling much more able to transform and change things and shift things and make things happen. But you've done the work, fingers crossed. You have done the work for the whole of the year. You know what you want when it comes to your relationships by the end of the year. You've gone through a tremendous journey, and I would imagine at moments of this year you felt more empowered than ever, and at other points you might have found it quite daunting to let go and to really change your route, or route as they say in America. But you're there by the end of the year, and you got this. Take care, gorgeous, and I'll speak to you soon. If you want to check out your written monthly, weekly, yearly astrology, pop over to my website, michelleknight.com. I'm not doing readings at the moment, but I do have a company of some of the best psychics and astrologers in the world. I've had the company for 20 years. I handpick them and they are fabulous. So I'm going to start to show you, starting now, their little videos on here.
My name's Pam. I work as a clairvoyant and a medium. I'm aware of the messages around me. I also hear little things. I'm also clairsentient, so I often feel how people are feeling. Having a reading is about, as well as you want the predictions, but you need a feeling of being understood, because reading should be empowering. A wonderful experience working on the telephone, whether it be 10 minutes or an hour. I'm working in a place where I am comfortable. Also, it's more challenging. I don't know the person, I can't see the person, so the information that the client is getting is pure from the universal energies or from the cards. I'm just working with the truth, and trying to deliver that in a way that is very helpful as guidance and to empower you. The reading for me is not about me. I'm not in it. It's about you.